Hi, I'm Edison,
I'm DC.
and welcome to Femmes React. We are watching Not Me, episode 13. It's the second last episode. Interested to see how they finish up all these loose ends. I'm kind of worried that there's not enough time to explore the topics that they wanted to explore. They spent a lot of time on the Sean and White tug of war of love. They're finally over that. They're together. White's committed to sticking by Sean's side. They're going to bring Tawee down somehow. Let's see how this ends. You know, is it Todd rising to the top and, you know, him being like, Black, it's chill, I got this, bro? Or is it all gonna crash and burn in a big pile of flames?
I really think that this may be a setup for season 2, especially if they have a lot of loose ends. Though I do like the majority of this, they were talking about deeper stuff, such as a lot of social issues and a lot of that kind of thing. Also, a lot of questions of philosophy and actually right and wrong. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be tied up with a bow.
Let's see what episode 13 has in store for us.
รูปพวกเนี้ยพอจะทำคดีได้ยัง
คดียาเสพติดอะมีหลักฐานนิดเดียวก็ขอหมายค้นได้แต่รูปพวกเนี้ยผมยังไม่แน่ใจว่ามันจะชัดเจนพอที่จะเข้าข่ายต้องสงสัยได้หรือเปล่าอะ
ต้องใช้ขนาดไหนวะ
Whoa. Y'all just cool now? You just told me to like shoot myself. And I also found out that like you killed my dad. So now we're just like chilling right here. Like,
Did love conquer? Like, what?
They just ran out of time to really explore that relationship, I think. But they didn't seem to really resolve it. It was just kind of like, yeah, you know, you killing yourself won't mean anything, so I released that. I just feel like Sean wants to get to the bottom of how Tawee is involved in his dad's thing, right? And he blames it on Tawee. That was something that felt set up, and yeah, it's not getting any resolution.
แค่คำพูดอะกูไม่ให้ค่าหรอกขอดูมันลงมือทำดีกว่า
ได้น้องไม่ต้องห่วง
ผมเข้าใจในความพยายามของแดน เพราะเขาก็ไม่ต่างจากผมที่เคยมืดบอดมาก่อน เราต่างพยายามแก้ไขในสิ่งที่ผิดพลาดด้วยแนวทางของตนเอง
All right, thank you, White, for your contribution. like
I'm glad you're voiceovering again.
where was that before when you were like trying to figure out if you wanted to stay with Sean or not?
แล้วทำไมทำหน้างั้นน่ะคิดถึงสิ่งที่มันจะเกิดขึ้นเหรอมันเกิดอะไรขึ้นได้บ้างอะบอกหน่อยดิ
Here for this couple.
ถ้ามันไม่เป็นไปตามแผนนะผมก็คงจะโดนซ่อมไม่ก็ถูกส่งไปชายแดนแต่ถ้าแย่ที่สุดอะก็คงหายไปเลยอะ
Oh. Oh.
จะหายไปไหน
Heaven?
พี่หนีผมไม่
That's what he means. Okay, well,
Can't get away from me that easy.
ถ้าจะไปทำไมไม่ไปตั้งแต่คืนนี้เลยอะเดี๋ยวผมช่วยเก็บของด้วย
I feel like Dan really needs to spell out the consequences of their plan. Because I don't really understand what's going on.
ไม่โอเค
He looks so pained in his face.
ไว้เรื่องทุกอย่างจบอะที่มีที่อยากจะพาไปที่นึง
I know a place.
ไปที่ไหน
He takes you to another hideout.
จันทร์อะพ่อกับแม่พี่อยู่ที่นั่น
Oh.
สวนลำไยอะ
Ooh.
He's a farm boy.
เอาเหรอคิดไปไกลเหมือนกันนะเนี่ยคุณตำรวจ
รอพี่ก่อนนะเข้าใจใช่ไหม
No, you're gonna die. So I'm not
Death
gonna wait
flags!
forever.
Oh my god, death flags. He's just like, wait for
ฉัน
me.
ไม่ยอมให้เรื่องนี้มัน
นั่น
พลาด
He'll wait for him forever.
เราจะชนะไปด้วยกัน
จริงๆเนี่ยเราเปลี่ยนแนวละเราเปลี่ยนมาทำแนวเสียดสีปัญหาสังคมมากกว่าพอมาเห็นบรรยากาศอะไรแบบนี้เนี่ยเราก็รู้สึกว่าการที่ได้ทำอะไรเพื่อสังคมมากขึ้นอ่ะมันก็คุ้มค่าเหมือนกันนะ
I didn't realize they had a
Hi.
friendship.
ทำไง
This is like the first time I'm seeing this.
But it makes sense. It makes sense that because they're both artists and they probably be in the same faculty.
And the
Or
boyfriends
they
are in the same hangout spots.
so it makes sense that they at least know each other. So it's not too far fetched.
Nook is like, hey gals, can I join too? We're just the gals that got left out of the story. Hey.
They're not me's, they're not he's. I don't know.
They're not
like,
he's. Not he's.
Right, there you go. They're not he's. There you go. I'm not angry at them as a characters. I'm just angry at the writers because they didn't do more with them. Especially my baby Nook. I think she was criminally underused. I don't even know what they're doing with them at this scene right here.
And people are like, she's supportive. That's so great. But it's like I wouldn't say the bare minimum of a female character, but it's just like, we're so used to like bitter Bettys and revenge and those female characters just like flipping and being like, I'll get you.
Now that you brought it up, that is one thing I am glad that they are not the villain. I am glad that they're not the villain. Right. I'm glad that they're not the villain because that is like a little misogynistic when you start, oh, women are the villains and stuff like that, but such a low bar. The bar is like underground.
Maybe they weren't in the original script and like this introduction is all they could manage.
Nook played a bigger part in this than they.
Nook just left a bigger impression on us than these two.
She was better than Graham. She deserved better than Graham. I know that they're exes, but she was settling, okay? How can you see that?
Yeah, through all these tinted screens. You don't have tinted screens?
Alright.
ปล่อยประท้วงไปตามสิทธิ์เนี่ยแหละกำชับคนของเราด้วยนะว่าอย่าทำอะไรที่รุนแรงเดี๋ยวจะเป็นเรื่องขึ้นมาอีก
I guess, what, is Tui trying to play the victim? Or like...
I think Tawi is trying to play like, you know what? That's your right. I'm not going to be big bag. You said you can't do that.
เพิ่งมาเหรอแกพลาดช็อตเด็ดอะเมื่อกี้นี้ทวีเพิ่งขับรถไปเองมีอะไรเปล่า
Yeah, what is it, Graham? Why are you here? Why are you here in general?
เราต้องไปทำอะไรสักอย่างที่มันอันตรายมากๆเราไม่รู้ว่ามันจะเกิดอะไรขึ้น
อันตรายขนาดไหนอะ
I'm not caught up on their plan yet. Oh, right, they're taking the drugs from the truck.
ฉันรู้หมดแหละว่าแกกับแบ็กอะจะทำอะไร
Does she?
แบ็กไม่ได้บอกเราหรอก เรารู้ได้ด้วยตัวเอง
She did.
แล้วก็ไม่ต้องห่วงด้วย
They are exactly like,
เราสัญญา
Helpless damsels, I guess.
well, but also the group is not exactly like spies or anything like that. They're like low. They're like they are like kind of low bar. Like
If
I don't think
Eugene figured it out, I don't know if this is like props to Eugene or like not props to the group for not keeping under
I
wrap.
think it's kind of like a combination of both. They're like really third rate. Like honestly, I don't know how they get some of this pulled off.
แกรอเราได้ไหม
No.
She likes it. I mean, like, why else is she here?
ก็รอมาตั้งนานแล้วปะ
This is where Dan gets compromised, probably. Probably?
Is Dan really on Tawi's side?
I doubt it. Like, I really doubt that. Una is gonna be a traitor. He graffitied the mansion, does all this social work.
ถ้ามึงทำงานนี้สำเร็จมึงจะทำอะไรต่อวะ
Oh, I spend the rest of my life loving you.
Or I'll go dancing until we jail sentence, you know? Like, I'll visit him in jail and he'd be like, well, now you're in jail. What did you do with my dad? Like, I don't know. Relish. That's what he'll do. Relish. What do you think people do after they get revenge? They're set free. They're happy. Serves you right, buddy. Well, he still has to graduate university as well.
He said, I'm going to Disneyland. What else you gonna do?
แล้วก็ร่วมสู้ไปกับทุกคน เรื่องนี้คงไม่จบง่ายๆแน่ เราคงต้องสู้ต่อไป
Is White still gonna be a diplomat? Like, what's up with your life?
Don't be asking me what I'm going to do. How about you?
I feel like it's more uncomfortable to do that than just lie back.
No.
I feel like Sean would have really bony shoulders. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, you can do that? They're probably gonna
Yeah.
sell that bracelet on GMMTV shop.
Which is honestly like, I would probably buy so much stuff from GMTV shop if I could get it.
I don't know how he got that
See?
button in the middle.
It's better than the Cartier bracelet. Why all four of them going to fit in the truck? That don't even.
This is where I would fail as a vigilante. I can't drive, let alone a big ass truck. Oh my god.
เดี๋ยวมึงต้องยาวไป20 นาที เดี๋ยวกูบอกทางต่อให้
I can't navigate as well.
กูรู้ว่ามึงไม่
I'd be so useless in this truck.
แต่ที่พี่เขาพูดมามันก็มีเหตุผลนะเว้ย ถ้าเกิดชาวบ้านเอายาไปอ่ะ เราจะยุ่งนะ
มึงเลิกฟังคนนอกได้ละ
What?
ชอน หน้าบริษัทมันมีม็อบประท้วงอยู่ไม่ใช่เหรอ ถ้าเอารถไปจอดเฉยๆอ่ะ เราจะควบคุมสถานการณ์ยากนะ กูว่าพวกเราช่วยกันคิดใหม่เถอะ
We need to think of a new plan as we carry out the plan, because we didn't, like, raise your concerns before you're in, like, the middle of the plan. Like,
This is why I was talking about them not being top tier and being like a third-rate outfit. This is not the first time that they have decided to change the plan in the middle of the plan. All of them, the group together, is so chaotic.
maybe it's better the girls run a part of this. So they don't get, like, associated with this mess.
คงมีตำรวจมาคุมม็อบอยู่ด้วย เราไปจอดตรงนั้นแหละ หลังจากนั้นก็เป็นหน้าที่ของตำรวจ มีประชาชนเห็นเป็นพันเป็นหมื่น มันคงไม่กล้าเล่นตุกติกแน่
พวกมึงเลิกสวีทกันตอนทำภารกิจได้ปะวะ กูเสียสมาธิ
Yeah,
กูหมั่นไส้
it is annoying. It's so annoying. Focus on the plan.
ฟังพวกมันกอดกูไว้แบบนี้แหละ อีกไม่กี่นาทีมันก็สำเร็จ
Oh, I kind of like this though. It's kind of cute.
I guess White is scared.
Cute.
I like it when Gun is a soft little
Cute.
baby boy instead of, like, I don't know, whatever else he does. Oh, he's black? And he's gonna confront Todd. He's like, I'm gonna try killing you again, because the first time didn't work out. And the second time.
You know what? At one point, Todd's going to kill Black because I've let you live twice, and you keep coming back for me. If you come for the king, you better not miss.
Doesn't he care about Tawi? I don't understand. I wish... Oh, whatever. You know what? Not gonna overthink it. And Todd's like, hey, I was expecting you.
นี่มึงจะมาฆ่ากูเหรอวะ ฆ่ากูแล้วมึงจะได้อะไรวะ มึงลองคิดดู อีกไม่นานอำนาจทวีก็จะหมดลง ตอนนี้มีคนรวมตัวขึ้นมาเพื่อที่จะประท้วงมัน
They're having, like, the same conversation
เยอะมาก
again.
เท่าไหนมันก็จะควบคุมยาก ทุกคนพร้อมที่จะระเบิดใส่มันอยู่แล้ว จังหวะนั้น ลูกน้องกูก็เข้าไปฆ่ามัน ใส่ผ้าปิดหน้าเหมือนพวกมึง
What?
ทีนี้ใคร
What?
ใครเป็นคนทำเขาต้องคิดว่าเป็นมึงอยู่แล้ว
ใครเขาจะไปเชื่อมึงวะ คนที่ไม่เคยใช้ความรุนแรงเลย จะมาฆ่าทวีเนี่ยนะ
Murder?
มองภาพความจริงเถอะวะ ถ้ามึงมาอยู่กับกู กูทำให้มึงได้ทุกอย่าง
Do we draw the line at murder? I don't even know.
Okay, so the gang is going to try to get him like locked up. Todd's trying to kill him, and he got people on the inside trying to kill him.
And he's gonna pin it on the activists, which is a bit
Right.
shady. Like,
So this is kind of giving me like evil villain like talking vibes, letting you know my big plan.
I don't want Todd to be an evil villain. He was meant to be like the lesser of evils. Murder? Murder? He's like,
That's what it's giving me.
he's like giving me Black Panther villain who decides, you know, oh, my ideals are okay, but I'll resort to murder. You're like, oh, the villain kind of has a point, and then they do something that crosses the moral gray boundaries, and you're like, okay, that's why they're the villain.
So you're saying he's more Killmonger and like just like a regular evil villain.
Well, it's because I like sympathized with his ideas for a little bit. Nobody needs to kill Tawi. Like, that's the thing. He's gonna get out of power. Why do you think painting the mob as a violent murderous group. Why would that be a good idea? Like, that's not a good idea.
It would help for him if he's looking to consolidate power. It's like one of those things about false flags and stuff like that. Oh, they killed Tyree. Now Tyree's out of the way. But we also have to crack down more on these mobs and stuff like that. So you come to power with an enemy, and the enemy is a problem to be solved, and you come with solutions. A tougher hand.
I think, yeah.
That's the only way I can see
that's
it
true.
coming out.
He was okay until a certain point. And then he wants total dominance. He doesn't want kind of people to still have a say. He's kind of going like very extreme. By painting the crowd as super violent, that'll get kind of the general populace going, oh, they're a bit too extremist. You know, there's bad people on both sides. Ooh. That's annoying. Todd. That's annoying that they did that to Todd.
มึงอยากอะไรกูทำให้มึงได้
He can, I like Daddy Todd. Daddy Todd can give you anything. Like, that's my fantasy. So why are you chaining him?
มึงอยากเปลี่ยนแปลงอะไร
You know what? Whoever you like in the series turns out to be rubbish. First it was Graham. Now it's Todd. You're just like...
I feel like that says something more about me. Like... No. Why did you think he could talk his way out of it? He doesn't have any guards. He's like, he really should be scared for his life.
ไม่มีอำนาจในการเปลี่ยนแปลงอะไรเลย
He's not, so that's a big problem. Remember the last time when he came to kill him? Gave him a drink? He had something up his sleeve? So, there's some... Black's playing checkers while Todd's playing chess. Okay.
How's he gonna stop a bullet though? He doesn't have like some sort of force field.
So he's got something up his sleeve. He's too calm. I bet you he has to watch.
I think Black is his weakness because he's in love with Black.
Okay. That's
เปลี่ยนแปลงอะไรในอำนาจอ่ะมึงก็เปลี่ยนแปลงอะไรประเทศนี้ไม่ได้หรอก
What? How are you dodging a bullet? That's his plan, to dodge a bullet. Are you serious? Why are you going head to head with Black when you can hire people? Why can't they just agree to disagree? Power is fine. Oh my god, he shot his TV.
Oh.
Hello, call your men, call your guards. Don't they hear the gunshots? Don't you have people that you pay money for? Oh dear. Oh Todd. Oh Todd. Oh, there's your men. It's about time. Jeez Louise.
I would not. All of y'all are fired. None of y'all get bonuses.
Also, Black. I don't know. I don't know. These characters, I just don't know with these characters. What else has he got up his sleeve? Oh, Todd. Oh boy. Oh, babies. Oh, babies. Can't we just go to the day where you were at the swimming pool?
ตัวสักทีเหอะ
คนที่พร้อมจะต่อสู้กับเรื่องเหี้ยพวกเนี้ยไม่ได้มีแค่กูคนเดียวพวกกูไม่มีวันยอมแพ้
Everyone's fighting to way Black. You're the only one who's fighting Todd. Nobody cares about Todd right now.
Also, nobody knows about Todd. If you would have told everybody about Todd, that's how they're going to get.
Oh my god, that's true. Black should have just played along. He should have been like, "Wow, Todd, you're such a genius. I'm gonna join forces with you," and then go behind the scenes and go, "Hey everyone, Todd's trying to murder Tawee. Stop that." Like now, if Black dies here, nobody knows that Todd's gonna be behind the murder.
Liver squirrel.
กูยอมมันนะมึงก็ยิงกูดิ
Y'all are babies. You're all each other's babies.
He's gonna kiss him.
ทำแบบที่มึงเคยทำกับกู
Kiss him. Kiss him.
Kiss.
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 He doesn't want to kill him.
Kiss.
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 Kiss. Okay, this is meant to be sad, isn't it?
Oh.
ไม่ได้ยืนอยู่ตรงนี้หรอก
Kissy.
กูเห็นมึงเป็นเพื่อนไง
Okay, friend. Come on, Black. Stop it.
ถ้าย้อนเวลากลับไปได้เนี่ยมึงอยากจะฆ่ากูให้จบๆเลยปะ
ถึ ถึงกูจะย้อนเวลากลับไปได้อีกกี่ครั้ง กูก็จะทำเหมือนเดิม เราฆ่ากันไม่ได้หรอกแบ็ค
That's not true.
เรา
Todd,
จะเลือกเดินกันคนละทาง
gosh, how can you trust Black that
ควา
much?
มตั้งใจของกูกับมึงอะไม่ได้ต่างกันเลย
Intentions. Maybe they were ex-lovers. Maybe that's why he trusts Black so much to not kill him.
ผลลัพธ์เราอาจจะต่างกันนะเว้ยแต่มึงต้องยอมรับ ไม่ว่าความคิดมึงหรือกูอะยังไงก็ต้องอยู่กันไปแบบนี้แหละ
หรือว่ากูต้องจัดการมึงให้จบๆไปเลยวะตอน
There's something more.
ก็เอาเลยดิมึงทำได้นะ
What?
What is going on? Why is Todd so confident in his bond with Black? Like, we don't see much of your bond.
Everything I've seen of Black so far in the story tells me that he would shoot Todd. Like, just because he just really feels that he needs to do that. Like, just the same way that Todd's willing to kill Tywee, Black would shoot Todd. Doesn't matter how close to you are and whatever.
I mean, I guess Todd knows Black the best. They grew up with him. I think he understands that Black isn't a murderer. So he like knows, you know, you're not a killer. It's not in. It's like that trope. Well, not like a trope, but it's like we've seen it in a lot of shows where the villain's like, you're not that kind of guy. I know you're not. You know, you couldn't hurt anyone. So maybe that's where his confidence comes from. But I still wouldn't gamble on it.
See, it couldn't be me because I've been petty. It's like, I know you're not that type of person. No. Just because you said I wasn't that type of person, now I got to be that type of person. And now you're dead. If you just put a...
I hope it's love. I hope it's love that's stopping him. I just don't even know. Todd's plan is interesting because it actually contributes to this sort of grand scheme of things. Like, it gives him more agency in the story that he didn't seem to have before.
Oh.
It gives me very, like, when people think that they've planted certain agents in a movement to kind of, like, hijack it.
The whole thing, especially if you look at, especially in strategic and in military, they have done this where you have people pretending to be other people, and that's your reason to do stuff. That's your reason. It's called a false flag operation.
I've seen that in an anime. So, okay, I get it now. Yeah. That's so evil. It's so evil.
But sometimes you have people embedded, your own people embedded, but then sometimes, the other time, you don't. You just say, okay, this thing didn't actually exist, but we just said it existed, and that's what we're doing this.
อย่างเรื่องเส้นทางที่เราจะขับไปอ่ะ กูบอกแล้ว ไอ้เหี้ย ถ้าตำรวจจับเรา เราก็กลายเป็นคนขนยาดิวะ
Just abandon the ship.
กูว่าเราโดนหักหลังแล้วว่ะ
Okay, well, just turn back.
ไอ้ชอน หรือว่าเราบอกตำรวจไปตรงๆเลยอ่ะ ว่าเราเอารถคันนี้มาจากโกดังไอ้ทวีอ่ะ พี่แดนเขาเป็นตำรวจเขาเป็นพยานให้เราได้ กูไม่เชื่อใจพวกมันหรอก
แล้วมึงจะทำยังไงวะ
Maybe they're just construction workers and not policemen. They're just construction workers.
ไอ้ชอน
They're just construction workers. Are they policemen?
เฮ้ยชอน ไอ้ชอน เฮ้ย เฮ้ย เฮ้ย
Okay. Drive faster!
มึงทำแบบนี้แล้วกลายเป็นอาชญากรแล้ว
I mean, you already are criminals.
ถ้าตำรวจตามมาเอาไงดีวะ
Just pedal it. Oh my god.
เชื่อว่าเกิดอะไรขึ้นอ่ะ
Oh my god. Oh my god.
แค่นี้
Oh my god.
แค่นี้เหรอ
It could just be a
First of
random
all,
check.
couple of things.
Okay.
It could have been a random chat. It could have been a random chat. One. Two, the same thing that Dan was saying. He's like, hey, if we get the drugs, then maybe it wasn't a setup. Maybe it was him helping them. Because if they have the drugs and they can connect the truck back to Tawee, they would be just let gone and whatever. So we don't know about that. Also, I know that they're panicking and stuff like that, but nothing ties them to the truck right now.
Besides them being in it.
They blew through it, and so, but even if they run the license, they'll run the license, but then it go back to Tawee, and he says, oh, one of our trucks is stolen.
Oh, I think the safest thing is to just kind of like not stop. You don't get the corrupt policeman kind of like pinning it on you instead of to we.
True.
I think it's just too
Yeah.
risky to stop at that stage. Does someone need to stay behind? How was the last person going to get boosted?
Reach over the wall and pull them up.
Ah. Maybe this is Graham's sacrifice. Ah, okay, never mind. Who's this? Who dis? Who's that? Ah! Guns? Oh my god. Yok got shot.
เฮ้ยไอ้หยกโดนยิงยกไอ้หยกมานี่ไอ้ไหวมึงนำไปเลยไอ้หยกไหวปะไหวปะเนี่ยไปเร็ว
Who was in those cars? Who shot them?
Other people, it were not the police. It was like probably Tawi's men.
That means their plan's screwed because Tawi's men can just take the truck back.
Right.
Where are the police? Like, didn't the police try and stop that van? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, you're shooting at children, bro. Is that Gunpowder? Is that Gunpowder in his car? In his pretty car? Oh, Sean caught up? Okay, that's good.
Ê Dục Dục Ê Dục Okไหมโอเคเฮียไอ้ไว้ห้ามเลื่อนมันทีดิไอ้ชอนมึงโผล่ไปดูดิว่ามันตามมาหรือเปล่า
I really wouldn't take
อยู่ไอ้เฮีย
Gunpowder as the minivan type guy. Like the mom soccer van.
Yeah, these are his
เฮี
kids.
ยไอ้หยกแย่แล้วอ่ะ เลือดมันไหลออกไม่หยุดเลยอ่ะ
ไปโรงพยาบาลเถอะเฮีย
Just go to a hospital. You're not a police
ยังไงพยาบาล
dude.
ไม่ต้องบอกตำรวจแล้วจะบอกตำรวจว่าอะไรวะก็บอกว่าไปมีเรื่องกับวัยรุ่นไม่ได้เหรอวะ
You could, yeah. Yok's life is more important.
มึงยังไงก็ต้องโดนสอบสวนแล้วมึงจะ
Oh
ปล่อย
my
เพื่อนมึ
god.
งตายเหรออยากจับให้มันจับเลย เราคุยไว้ตั้งแต่แรกแล้วนี่ไอ้หยก
Can we just go to the hospital? I mean, Pat got shot and he was fine, so
I don't want anything to happen to York.
I just don't know why they're taking this turn in the storyline. It's like a pivot. It's like they're doing a dangerous mission. We don't know if they will accomplish their goals. I'm not really following like the end game, the bigger picture of where they're going here.
I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce.
Well, at least Yok's gonna be okay.
They removed the bullet?
แปลว่าตำรวจกับไอ้ทวีต้องรู้กัน คนที่ทำอะไรตามน้ำอะมันก็ยากที่จะลุกขึ้นมาต่อต้านสวนกระแส คนเราแม่งเปลี่ยนกันไม่ได้จริงๆเหรอวะ
But why changed? Why it's like, what about me?
ขึ้นอยู่ว่าจะช้าหรือเร็วเท่านั้นนะ
Right. Oh crap.
Dan's here to help him, right?
Fuck.
No, I still trust Dan. I trust my Danny boy.
Oh my god.
I trust little Danny boy. It's all good.
No.
Those aren't the people that shot him. Why would Dan's people shoot him?
คุยกันก่อนนะ ทางผู้ใหญ่อะเขาไม่อยากให้เรื่องนี้เป็นข่าว เขาก็เลยส่งผมมาเจรจากับพวกคุณนะให้ไปกับตำรวจแบบเงียบ
What?
ๆรับรองไม่มีอันตราย
กูไม่ไปกับมึงให้โง่หรอก
น้องอย่าขัดขืนเลยดีกว่า หน่วยพิเศษอะเขาอยู่ข้างล่าง พวกน้องหนีไม่รอดหรอก
Oh shit.
I haven't caught up. My brain hasn't caught up.
I see. This is what I thought. This is what I thought. This was I was saying inside the car. I was like, Dan is going to betray them.
But then he was like, this is our chance to take down Tawi. So I don't think he was compromised then. Something must have happened between then and now.
This is one of the things about it is that people get into the system and want to change the system, but then they don't actually put change in the system. They become changed by the system. You know, they're like, oh, we're going to change it from the inside, but they get on the inside and they just become like another cog in the machine.
But Dan
Which
was on the inside and then was changed by the system because he shot someone and felt guilt that he didn't suffer any repercussion. And then he fell in love with York. why would you betray the person you love? I just doesn't check out for me in terms of like thematic wise, BL wise. Why would you betray your boyfriend?
Betraying your boyfriend? I mean, Todd and Black are lovers and they've been trying to kill each other.
We don't know that. I feel like the only reason that makes sense is that Dan thinks he's protecting Yok in this way. He weighed the risks from the inside of the plan, and the police are still in Tawi's pocket. He knows that it's close to 100% chance that they're gonna fail or die, you know, either by the corrupt police or by Tawi's men. This is Dan's way of keeping Yok alive from Tawi. At the end of the day, Dan is one person. I think he's powerless. He's trying to save them in his own way.
พวกมึงไม่ต้องไปฟังมันลบหยุดไปหยุดไป
You're gonna shoot his son as well. Really, Dan? You killed one person. Isn't that enough?
รักษาชีวิตตัวเองไว้ให้รอดก่อนเถอะ
What? York.
ไอชอน ใจเย็น
Oh my God. Put a gun on him.
สุดท้าย พี่ก็ไม่จับผมจริงๆด้วยนะ
Oh, his friend probably snitched on him. Take it!
เชิญทั้งหมดนะมีคนเขาอยากคุยด้วย
Oh my god. Hot Henshi is so hot.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Why, Hot Henchy?
I know.
What?
I think Dan's friend betrayed him. Tawi got to him somehow.
ถ้าพวกน้องหนีมันจะยิ่งอันตราย เชื่อพี่เถอะน้อง เข้าสู่กระบวนการยุติธรรม มันเป็นสิ่งที่ดีที่สุด ที่ผมจะช่วยพวกน้องได้
But what are they gonna get arrested for? A Grand Theft Auto?
ในกระบวนการยุติธรรมพรุ่งนี้อีกเหรอ
Burning a house down?
ไหนบอกว่าอยากแก้ตัว อยากแก้ไขความผิดพลาดด้วยใช่เหรอ
My God. It's so heartbreaking to see York like that.
ไม่อยากเป็นส่วนหนึ่งของระบบไม่ใช่เหรอ แล้วทำไมพี่ทำแบบนี้
ผมจำเป็น
มึงไม่ต้องมาอ้าง
ผมจำเป็นจริงๆ ไม่งั้นพวกน้องทุกคนอ่ะ ไม่รอดแน่
Eh? Who's this?
ร้อยตำรวจตรีดนัยทัชภักดีครับ
The person behind Tawi.
เข้าเรื่องกันดีกว่า
Let's get
Tawi
down.
is just a front person.
สังคมในปัจจุบันเนี่ยมันจะแบ่งเป็นสองพวก คือพวกคุณกับพวกผม เรื่องบางเรื่องมันก็มีขอบเขต มีเพดานของมันอยู่ พวกผมก็ต้องทำอะไรสักอย่างหนึ่ง ไม่ให้พวกคุณลืมว่าพวกคุณเป็นใคร พวกผมคือใคร ใครเหนือกว่าใคร เข้าใจที่พูดไหม
แต่
Tawi was always a
เหมือนกันนะครับ
มันไม่มีอะไรได้ดั่งใจทุกอย่างหรอก พวกคุณก็มีสิทธิ์ที่จะไม่พอใจ และทำอะไรก็ได้ไอ้ที่ไปพ่นสีด่านะทำได้
You knew you about to.
ไม่ได้ มีคนเขาอยากจะจัดการคุณอย่างเด็ดขาดแต่ผมก็มองว่าคุณไม่ใช่เป็นคนโง่ผมก็เลยอยากจะให้โอกาสคุณกลับตัวกลับใจกลับมาอยู่กับร่องกับรอยถ้ามีอะไรขัดใจก็ออกไปพ่นสีตามถนนให้มันหายบ้าแต่ถ้าคุณไม่ฟังผมคงต้องให้คนไปคุยกับพ่อกับแม่ของคุณเพื่อเขาจะได้ช่วยคุยให้คุณเปลี่ยนใจ
Is that a blessing to be spit on by Graham?
ในเวลานั้นผมกลับเห็นใจแดนเพราะไม่ใช่ทุกคนที่จะฝืนต้านทานระบบที่กดทับได้
What? Black's gonna beat 3 policemen on his own? No. No. Oh, okay. Good. He kicked the gun instead of jumping in front of it.
รีบไป ผมช่วยคุณนอนได้แค่นี้
ไอ้เหี้ยแกมา
จำที่พี่เคยบอกได้ปะว่าอย่าตามหาพี่อีก ไม่งั้นผมจะต้องเสียใจ ผมน่าจะเชื่อพี่ตั้งแต่แรกว่ะ
Fair enough.
รีบไปเถอะน้อง
ลบ เร็ว
So I guess what? Black, did you kill Todd? Hey, what's going on?
เดี๋ยวเราลงไปที่ชั้น 6 แล้วใช้บันไดหนีไฟ
เดี๋ยวมึงพาหยกลงไปแค่ชั้น 2 พอ กูคิดว่าชั้น 1มีตำรวจ
เดี๋ยวกูจะไปล่อตำรวจที่ดักรออยู่หน้าโรงพยาบาลไปอีกทางหนึ่งไอชอน ฝากน้องกูด้วยนะ
What? This little twink is gonna beat all these police guards?
หน้าที่กูคือทำให้พวกมึงหายไป
Oh no, Hot Henshi.
Alright.
Hot Henshi, the ultimate boss.
the ultimate hotness boss. I have a couple of things. Okay, so way back it was an early episode when Sean confronted Tawi in the bathroom, and Tawi, if you remember, I said that he was kind of lost about what everything was going on and what was happening. I said then that maybe Tawi is not the big bad. Maybe there's somebody behind Tawi. At first I thought it was Todd. However, now with that showing that he was, I'm glad I was right about that my original thing, that Tawi wasn't the big bad. There's somebody even bigger and badder behind him. And that he was just a front, because he's kind of like, it kind of seemed that like if he was a big bad, then he would be like, ha ha ha, you can't get me, you can't stop me. Dan Unar was actually working with Black. Also, how did Black get out? Did he kill Todd? Did he not kill Todd? Did he just like knock him out?
They're leaving that ambiguous, obviously. Because Black can just walk away and Todd's just like, you're free, my love. I think the thing with Tawi is they're really trying to paint the subversion of expectation of a big bad, yes, and paint it more as a system. It's an interest party of people in power who want to retain that power, and Tawi is just the public face, yes, but he runs the company, he runs the monopoly. But there's also this people, the people who are on the board, people who hold the stocks, people who benefit from him being in power in some way. The Dan betrayal, it really highlighted the oppressive nature of what they're going up against and really like showed their naivety in thinking that they could do something. Maybe this does also like link to Todd, because Todd's a small fish in comparison to the reveal. This guy was like lavished in religious symbology, like he was this godlike figure. He knew all this stuff about Dan, where his parents lived, that he was Una. And so there was like this insurmountable force behind, what was the mechanisms at play, Dan really didn't have a choice. And this goes back to Black's mom. She is aware of the nature of things on a grand scale. Yeah, Todd is really just another piece. I believe he can still create change at some level with some power, but there ultimately is someone behind the shadows who's more powerful than him that can keep things to their status quo. It really depends on how much change he's aiming to make. I was wondering what direction or emotion they were going with towards the end. I think the ending they're trying to give us is one that is both like, wow, this is a huge undertaking. This is a huge corrupt system. There's like a silver lining of hope somewhere. I don't necessarily know if the hope is placed in the right area, and that is to physically fight against it and put your bodies on the line and go like all vigilante Rambo and, kick the police's ass front on. I still feel like Tawee is corrupt. He is aware of the shenanigans. He did hire Tekket to take care of his problem. The producers and the director have to toe this line of not necessarily outright rallying the public and criticizing the government because of the censorship, but they still need to get the themes and the emotions across in a way where it's subtly engaging that awareness. It is kind of done pretty well. Like you did go through that series of emotions where it's like not even like Dan could save them, or not even Gunpla could get them out of this situation. Dan really did the best he could to get them an outcome that would save their lives. I don't know if Dan and Black are working together. I don't know if that was a coincidence or not.
I think Dan went along with it and he was like, okay, I'll turn them in. But then he double-crossed the double-cross.
Does Dan know about Black? I feel like Todd's going to end up being a necessary piece in their fight. I think he's going to be a mutual ally, like an enemy ally. Like he's going to provide the physical assistance they need to rise up against Tawee. So it's like them against Tekket and Tawee, and then Todd's going to be like, alright, I helped you survive this, but now we're enemies because I'm going to rise to power now.
I think what they're going to push for is not, once again, not about changing the persons, it's about changing the system from the way up. It's not just Tawee, but also the people who help him, who have some skin in the game for keeping the way things are. It reminded me of the book, The Dictator's Handbook, about a dictator being in power. It's not just this one person who has absolute power or anything like that. It's all about all the people he has to keep happy who support him having power. So there's actually a small group of a cabal that he has to keep happy while he's still being the face of it. While they're offering this very bleak picture in the 13th episode, I think that they're going to say, hey, you know what? The way that we can change it is actually bottom up change with people, getting all those people in who are supporting them to maybe have a change of heart and say, hey, we don't want to do this, or, power to the people. And then actually what they were doing in the 60s and stuff like that, when they were believed in people power in order to get changes to the system, because everybody from the top people to the people still patronizing their businesses keep the system in play. But I can't see it ending on such a bleak note that, oh, you can't do anything, everybody knows about everything,
I think for a TV show, it would be unwise to leave on a bleak note. Sometimes that is the reality of the situation.
Sometimes you have that ambiguous happy note. We're not going to show you exactly changes happen, but we'll end on ooh, this is the beginning of change.
For change to happen, people do need to do something.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate goal. I think that is the ultimate purpose.
There has to be a tipping point, and the tipping point of this creation of critical mass of people wanting to do stuff. Dan stayed behind at the end of this while they were going down the elevator, and it's just it really gives me, go save yourself, giving me the last time I see you type thing.
At the end of the day, I think I don't relate to the characters who are trying to fight. It's just too dangerous. I feel like the the mom judge here. Just that's where I position myself.
Positioning myself with the people who fight because oppression and it just pisses you off, especially when you're dealing with it day in, day out, and it's affecting you. I understand why they're doing it. I think their methods are fucked, but keep fighting, change. And I guess it's also from my life and what I've seen and what I've dealt with constantly. Yeah, no. I never have been like, yeah, so.
I think it's also the levels of change that you want to achieve. Them doing the 11th hour reveal of that guy in the shadows. But you know, like people who target the journalists who reveal the names of the tax. What was that again?
You mean the Panama Papers?
Panama Papers, yeah.
Which are like all of the rich people of the world and how their offshore accounts and different things.
The journalists did that and then they ended up being killed for it. And so it's sort of like, yeah, it's very heavy. Like, whatever you can do, try and do that. But
I think whatever you can do, but then also a lot of times people are like, their inner moral compass cannot let stuff stand like that. If I don't do anything, I am culpable. I am a part of the problem. If I don't say anything, and they can't live with themselves like that.
I think that's fair enough. I just think for the rest of the cowards in us, I think I'd rather not be. I think that's fair for them. I just don't want anyone to feel guilt trips, me included, if we don't want to risk our life to do something. I think there are certain things that will get you killed. And so if you don't want to do that, fair enough. Like in this show, the life is in danger. I'm like, you know, they're protesters and their life isn't in danger. And that's our route to go. There's an extremity here for me that I am not nearing in terms of relating to these characters.
You're saying you don't relate to them, but I'm just saying that I relate to them. I relate to that, and I've seen that, and I understand that. And I'm giving that alternative view that, yes, this makes sense, especially when York, he has it in his face. His mother is disabled, and she's doing all this other kind of stuff, and that's affecting her. And Sean, it's affecting him. You know, and Graham is just there. So you see how they've gone to the extreme because it's so in their face.
Even Dan in this situation has been forced to bend to the system. And I kind of don't blame him for not fighting against it.
Maybe this will get him killed.
Okay, I don't know. This is too much reality. I can't deal.
I mean, you have to have some radical hope. You have to have some radical hope in order to get up and out of bed and just do stuff. Or else everything is so insurmountable and you might as well just die.
Or just live a long life with your boyfriend. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, so...
See the polar bears, see the coral reef before it all goes. Like, there's still stuff to do.
It's already gone. You know, it's just, the world is horrible.
So, thank you all for joining us. I'm glad we left on that note.
And on a bright note,
hope you enjoyed our reaction. Leave us a like and some comments. And next week is the finale. I didn't expect it to sort of be like, oh, let's fight to escape sort of situation. But, you know, I think the fact that the show got us to this level of discussion, which isn't about the love, it's done its job.
Like, I like that it's offered these conversations. And even though they were able to do it through the censors, maybe it wasn't as pronounced as it could be because of the censor. And I heard they had to do rewrites even after it and kind of edits and stuff like that. So it could even be more. Kudos for them for even getting out this much and offering these types of conversations.
Yeah, it's good for once in a while, but I wanna escape. I wanna go back to La La Land.
Yeah, I'm ready for Between Us.
I'm ready for whatever comes next. Yeah, join us for the finale next week. Hope to see you then. Bye bye.
Later.